All right, let's jump right in. We're going to break down one of the most important concepts for any data engineer out there, the data pipeline. And to really get it, we're going to start with something you've probably done a bunch of times.
So just picture the last time you ordered food on an app. You know how you can see that little car icon moving on the map, and you get a pretty accurate delivery time that updates itself? Well, that whole smooth experience, that's not magic. It's all being powered by a constant, invisible flow of information. And that flow of information, that's a data pipeline. Honestly, the best way to think about it is like a factory conveyor belt. It automatically scoops up all this raw data from different places, moves it down the line, and on the way, it cleans it, organizes it, and gets it ready for whatever's at the end of the line. Okay, to make this super clear, we're going to follow a little story throughout this explainer. We'll use a made-up food delivery company. Let's call them Hungry Now. Just look at the difference here. It's like night and day. Without a pipeline, Hungry Now is basically flying blind. They're stuck manually pulling data into messy spreadsheets. Everything is slow, full of errors, and by the time they get a report, the information is already old. But with a pipeline, the whole game changes. The data flows automatically, the insights are live, they're trustworthy, and the entire business runs on clean, up-to-the-minute information.
So, how does this conveyor belt actually do it? How does it turn all that raw, messy data into something so incredibly valuable? Well, it all boils down to a core process that has three main stages.
You're going to hear this acronym all the time. ETL. It stands for extract, transform, and load. For our company, Hungry Now, extract is about grabbing data from all its sources: the customer's app, the driver's GPS, the review system. Transform is where the real work happens. It's the cleaning and organizing part. And load? That's the final step, where you place all this nice, prepared data into a central spot, like a data warehouse, so it's ready to be used.
And this transform stage, this is where the magic really is. I mean, look at this. It's not just about tidying things up. We're actually creating value here. We change New York to New York so all our reports are consistent. If someone enters a weird rating like 7.2, we fix it to a 1 to 5 scale so it doesn't mess up our averages. And this last one is huge. We can take raw start and end times and actually calculate a brand new piece of information, the exact delivery time in minutes. That's a vital business metric we just created. Now, to actually build these pipelines, data engineers mostly rely on two key tools. And I absolutely love this analogy for them. Think of it like a restaurant, and you have the chef and the waiter. Python. Python is your chef. It's in the back, in the kitchen, getting its hands dirty. It takes all the raw, messy ingredients, all those different data sources, and it chops, cleans, calculates, and validates everything until it's perfect. SQL, on the other hand, is the waiter. Once the chef has prepared that beautiful data and put it in the warehouse, SQL is the language you use to go and fetch it. It serves up exactly what you asked for, right to your table or, your dashboard. And hey, don't let the code intimidate you. This is a perfect, super simple example of Python being the chef. That one little line of code, it just tells the computer to take all the city names, trim off any accidental spaces at the beginning or end, and make sure they're all capitalized properly. Boom. Consistency automated. And here's our waiter SQL in action. This is just a simple plain English question, really. It's asking the database, hey, can you please give me the average delivery time for every single city we operate in? It's a direct, powerful request that delivers a hugely important business insight. Okay, so we have this automated conveyor belt, and it's run by a chef and a waiter. But so what? What's the real-world impact here? Why does any of this actually matter? Because it completely changes how the business operates. For the customer, it means they get that live, accurate ETA they can actually trust. For the operations team, it means they can look at the data, see that Friday nights are crazy busy, and make sure they have enough drivers on the road. And for the people at the top, it means they have reliable numbers, key performance indicators, or KPIs, so they can make smart, strategic decisions instead of just guessing. All right, now if you're a level 5 data engineering apprentice, you need to listen up because this isn't just some interesting theory. This is literally the core of your job. I mean, the official apprenticeship standard couldn't be any clearer. Your very first duty is right there in black and white. Build and optimize automated data systems and pipelines. And look, it specifically calls out data quality, cleaning, validation, all the stuff we just saw with Hungry Now. This is your bread and butter. And all of this maps directly to the specific knowledge, skills, and behaviors, the KSBs, that you're actually assessed on.
Building good pipelines means you have to master automation. You have to understand data quality. You have to be good at cleaning and validation. You have to know how to query with SQL. And you need to do it all under the rules of proper data governance.
It's also really important to know that not all pipelines are the same. You've got batch pipelines, which run on a set schedule, maybe once an hour or once a day. These are perfect for things like daily financial reports, where you just need a snapshot in time. But then you have streaming pipelines, and these run in real time. This is the tech that powers those live GPS updates for Hungry Now, where getting the data instantly is the whole point.
And of course, what happens when things break? Because trust me, they will. A massive part of being a data engineer, and it's right there in Duty 5 of the standard, is building for resilience. That means you design pipelines that can automatically try again if they fail, that send out an alert when something goes wrong, and you have a plan ready to fix it fast, so the data keeps flowing.
So, let's bring it all back. The next time you open up that delivery app and you're watching your driver get closer and closer, just remember what's happening behind the curtain. It's not magic. It's a complex, automated, and resilient data pipeline built by data engineers, turning a flood of raw data into that simple, seamless experience. And that is the power of the pipeline.